Okay, so I just got done my run, and today's October 20th. So I had another little epiphany. Um, this one, I've been teeter-tottering back and forth, and I believe that the bad guys are getting me to think that I'm fire and magnetism at the same time. Like I'm hydrogen, which means I'm the fire electron and the hydrogen proton, which makes me the entire electromagnetic wave. So I'm the electric wave, I'm the magnetic wave. To me, it's a military strategy that to me would make sense, because if I'm unsuccessful in stopping mother from becoming pregnant, and then if she does become pregnant, all they got to do is hide her away somewhere, abduct her and hide her away. That's why I theorize I'm both. But in the event I'm not both, that makes her electricity and me magnetism, and that's today's epiphany. So I have to go with that as the worst case scenario, because if she is electricity and I don't release the information, she's not going to understand who she is, and therefore she will become pregnant. But even at that, that's why I theorize that I'm both, because it's dangerous. They could have come and abducted her as a little girl and taken her and got rid of her. They could have deatomized her. And the mother that's here could not be the real mother. That's why I theorize I'm both. Because what recourse do I have if they do that? I can't convince this other girl to run, lose weight and purify herself. If she's a clone with a Neuralink, or she's a clone with a human soul inside who's not really a real mother, what recourse do I have? So that's why I assume I'm both, because that's it's a war strategy. Well, the only other alternative is that they require mother to actually become pregnant for their plan to work. Because if she becomes pregnant, they could actually might be able to get into that universe, or she might be able to create a black hole, or she might be able to create an electromagnetic pulse. So if that's the case, they require her to become pregnant. And once she becomes pregnant, that's when they could abduct her and hide her away somewhere. So that's, a different can of worms. But if they require her to get pregnant, they cannot touch her. They cannot take her out of here and, force her to get pregnant. They have to let her to get pregnant naturally. So if that's the case, I'm under the impression that she becomes pregnant in February, which gives me November or December to stop her. But it might be December she gets pregnant. So the epiphany today is, if I'm just magnetism, then the people in the elemental universe, they're only going to get my sound wave. They'll hear me talking, but they won't know what I'm saying. What they need to see is the design specs of my UFOs. But to get the design specs, they need the visual. If I'm audio as magnetism and mother is visual is electricity, I need her to do what I'm doing, which is the purification ceremony plus running. Because when we run, and we have that phone close to our hearts, the atoms in our body are being rewound. Every atom in our body is being rewound during the 22 minutes that we're running. And it's at that point that we could send a signal to the elemental universe by if we're reversing the flow of electricity of the atoms, we're reversing the flow of electricity of the invisible electromagnetic radiation in the universe, which means we could send a TV signal from our planet into that universe, where they would pick it up on their technology. I'm doing that now, with the understanding that they are getting the TV signal, because I'm both magnetism and electricity, which I don't believe I am. I did believe it's just a trick from evil. So in order for me to truly send both signals in, I would assume I would need mother to do that. So I need to get the book out to mother, save the day, so she knows who she is, make sure she doesn't get pregnant. But at the same time, I need to protect her. Like, she needs to come here. She needs to be put under 24-hour surveillance to make sure that, there's no UFOs that can come here and abduct her and get rid of her. And so when we get a hold of her, we can bring her here. and she can begin the purification process, and she can begin running. And when she begins running, she can run with my SOS message in a bottle. So I'll create like a short 10-minute message in a bottle that highlights all my design drawings, like this here. So this is what they need to see. They can't see this. This is me explaining faster than light technology. So I got to create another video like this, but with all my drawings of what I want our UFOs to look like. And I have to do the railgun technology. They need to know what a railgun is and how to design that railgun to put on these spaceships. And I don't have those drawings. So at some point in time, I'm going to have to do that drawing, a railgun drawing, and our UFO design drawings, and compress all of that information into a short 10-minute video. So that when her and I begin running together back and forth in that trail in the backyard there, we can run beside each other in that back trail. That short 10-minute video will be sent, because she'll be pure. When she's pure like me, the electric wave will be pure, and basically that's going to kill the grandmother. The grandmother spirit will be killed when she becomes pure. When our mother becomes pure, the grandmother wave will die. She'll die. When that happens, that means that we have control of that wave, and the bad guys can't come here and hurt us, because we'll be in control of the electromagnetic wave. If they try to say take us to Earth, we'll smash their spaceships into the planets. So that's how we can protect ourselves from an alien invasion. But then we have to protect ourselves from mankind, dropping a nuke on us or doing something dumb like that, right? Or sniping us or blowing us up. That's what the plan is that I have outlined. It's a safety plan. So all we need to do is get mother to start purifying herself, start losing weight, and start exercising like me. The minute she does that, she's going to suck the life force from that grandmother electric wave, kill that evil grandmother electric wave, and we'll have control of it. I already have control of the magnetic wave, so when we have that, that's when we can send these design specs out. So those specifications there. So what's going to happen is there's a giant magnetic core at the center of the planet with a black hole in it. When we're running, that magnetic wave there, it's going to go the opposite direction, back and forth like this, because if you want to think a direct current is only going in one direction. So if direct current is only going this way, like that, because the atoms are going one direction like this, if the atoms are going like that, then that current is going like that, one direction. But when her and I began running, if the atoms go in the opposite direction like this, that's what happens when you're pure and run. For 22 minutes, your atoms go back the opposite direction. That's going to send a signal in the opposite direction from the Earth's core here. It's going to go that way and out that way. So for 22 minutes while we're running together, a signal can be sent out via the invisible electromagnetic radiation of the universe. Right here. So this is a tough one to see, but do you want to think of this here being the universe we're in here? And then this other one here is being the elemental universe, where the big city is over here. So they have a big city over there where all the UFOs are connected together. So this is Earth here, this planet, that's Earth. So when we're running and our atoms are going in the opposite direction like that for 22 minutes, the electric wave is going to go in the opposite direction. So we could send a message from Earth here via the technology. Like when we're watching one of my videos on YouTube, the electric wave that's being sent from the phone to the hydro tower, or from the tower to the phone to watch that video, that's a spirit. That'll be my spirit and her spirit. So when that electromagnetic wave is coming from the cell phone tower and it's hitting, the cell phone close to her heart and my heart as we're running, well, the atoms are going opposite direction. That wave going like that, that wave coming to the cell phone to watch that signal is going to be going flow right to the core of the earth, hit that electromagnetic wave here, and then it'll be sent out. So as we're running up here, the cell tower signal is going to hit our body, and then the electricity or the signal that I've been storing down here from the cell phone will be released from that core, and it'll flow along that line there and up and out. So the good guys will get these specifications here. They'll finally see the message. I'm assuming in a past life, for some strange reason, they haven't been able to reach that message. I probably made a mistake somewhere along the way, or we weren't allowed. Something bad happened, anyways. I don't know. I know for 9 lives that we didn't survive. Whether that was because I couldn't save the day by writing the book in time, or I didn't have enough information. Who knows? But either way, we died. We have perished 9 lives. So this life, though, the thing that is different this life is that we're at Ragnarok, right? Like the end of everything, which means if your mother and I perish this time around, everything gets reset in creation. Everyone will be wiped from existence, and we'll start this all over again. So when you know that, the people that are here on planet Earth who are pretending to be people they're not will be more likely to listen up to what I have to say and kind of keep their mouths quiet and say, okay, this guy, he's talking about the end of everything. If we go over there and get rid of him, we may get rid of ourselves inadvertently. But he's asking us to join him for the first time ever and get rid of our evil civilization. So perhaps maybe we should consider turning good and listen to what he has to say about, how he wants to create us our own planet on a different, beside Earth, so it'll look exactly like Earth, and we could go live there as doppelgangers. Perhaps we should entertain that idea and not hurt him. That's the one thing that you guys probably didn't hear last life, is that, this is the end of everything. And that, hearing that, this is our 1001th life, might make the difference between whether you're going to pull that trigger or not pull that trigger. Because if your mother and I can stop the UFOs from coming over here by purifying the electromagnetic wave, the only other thing that can hurt us is you guys. And if you don't hurt us, we should be able to win. So it's critical in knowing that this is Ragnarok, the end of everything, and that if your mother and I perish because of you guys hurting us, then, everyone in creation could perish. However, I do have that, that other plan where it's, Ancestry.ca. When her and I get together, I'm going to make sure that we put our DNA somewhere in Ancestry.ca so that it's stored somewhere. So in the event that somebody nukes the entire area here of Grey Bruce County, well, at least our DNA will be stored somewhere around the world where they can take that DNA and resurrect your mom and dad so that we can finish the job. Or if we get sniped or if we get blown up, they could clone us and we could come back as, little bosses and finish the job. We'd have to grow up together till we're 23, but hey, it would take 23 years to become pregnant. But when we become pregnant, the people that harmed us with our firstborn, everyone evil in creation would keel over in the streets, drop dead because of our pregnancy. Because as growing up as babies, not having our first climax means that we can save that climax till when we turn 23. So her and I would have to grow up together until we're 23 years old from babies. And then when we reach 23 years old, we would become pregnant. And everything evil would keel over, including the people who nuked us or sniped us or blew us up with a bomb. So remember that. I'm trying to help you guys. So this is the epiphany. I was listening to this on the radio. And this ad always comes on the radio here when I'm listening to it. It's Design Electrical. I've heard it hundreds of times, if not thousands of times. But I've only ever associated it with The spirits, when they terraform our planet, we can't create a blueprint for that. Like we don't create a blueprint of our cities, or we want our cities to be as a civilization. When you start out, you just you deatomize the planet, and the spirits put the cities where they want to put them. So when the terraforming is done, the spirits design the electrical. That's what that means. So the spirits or electrical, who are electricity, they design and terraform the planet. So by them designing and terraforming the planet, they decide where to put the cities. So because of that, there design electrical, I can tell that the only way that the guys in the elemental universe can receive my design specs here is through electricity. Obviously, that means that we require mother to send that signal. If I'm magnetism, the only way they can actually visually see these drawings through the visual side of the video is through electricity. So that means that she's electricity, I'm magnetism, and therefore design electrical means that she has to become pure, she has to be allowed to run, she has to be allowed to remain alive, and she can't become pregnant. Therefore she has to, do the purification, lose the weight like me if she's overweight, and run every day. And the minute she becomes physically fit and muscular like me, when I get to that point, we should be able to send those signals over to the elemental universe, where those people will finally pick up a signal where they can physically see my design specs. In all past lives, if I was successful in sending out a signal to them, they've only ever been able to hear me talk, and they don't understand what I'm saying. But when they begin seeing the drawings for the first time ever, because a mother running beside me, which sends the signal over to them, they'll understand that we want UFOs that ride upon hydrogen as a next level technology, so that we can wage war against the evil civilizations throughout all creation. So that's the plan, mankind. And I'd appreciate it if you could respect, what I'm trying to do here for you. Because I know some of you are not really who you say you are. And I just ask that you please don't do anything to jeopardize yourselves. Come join us on the good side of the team. Do something great for yourself once and for all. Because this is for all the marbles, man. We either all get erased together, or you and I could start a brand new, minus all the evil civilizations in the universe. And all of the good guys that are hiding in the elemental universes can come out of there again. It could start over with us, mankind, plus you guys, my kids who we've scrubbed clean of all the sin. That's all I'm asking is, just keep your mouth quiet, please, and try to allow your mother and I to help you guys. So, I'll do that song, Use Somebody. I Could Use Somebody by Kings of Leon. I could use my sleeper cell children who are pretending to be people you're not. I know it, you know it. I could use you to help defeat your own evil civilizations. And all I ask is that you don't point fingers and say I'm bad. Use somebody. Kings of Leon is the one I'm going to play for you kids.